I have 10 hacks for you to get to know your TN and make it work better for you. So stay tuned. TNs are amazing. I love all my TNs and I use them on a daily basis. And I kind of know my way around a TN. Today I'm going to share 10 hacks with you to make your TNs work better for you. Now whether you're a beginner just dipping your toe in the TN water or you've had one for years and years, I'm sure I have something new for you that you can use in your TN to make your planning life a little easier. So let's just dive right in. So this is my everyday TN. I use it all the time. The first tip that I have is sort of a lazy way to switch your inserts around. So let's say you wanted to change the order of these two. You want this one in the front. Well, you could just take them both off of their own elastics, put them back on the elastics, but I'm too lazy for that. So I'm just going to take one off and then I'm going to pull that front elastic to second spot and then add it back in like that. Super simple. There's no crossing here. If it was the third book and the first book that you're switching, you may get a little bit of elastics crossing. It might get a little tight, but honestly, if you're lazy like me, it's a quick hack to switch them around. Okay, on to number 2. Now, I've done this in another video, but if you haven't seen this, it'll be a good tip for you. So let's say you have 2 inserts that you wanted to put into your TN, but you only have 1 free elastic. A really simple tip is to I just take an office elastic. You can make one with this. I have extra elastic, but this is so much simpler. These will hold up really long. So all you need to do is to open your TN, put your elastic in the center, take your second TN, and put that book in the elastic as well. So it's basically like one insert. Then you're going to separate them and you're going to take your TN elastic, put the inserts in so that the elastic from the book catches the elastic that you've put through the 2 books. And there you go. 1 elastic, extra books to make it nice and fat. Okay, I'm just going to take these out because I need this elastic to show you number 3. So let's say you don't think that you have enough pocket space in your planner. You can either buy a folder, one of those plastic ones with the zippers on the side, or you can make one yourself. I have a video where I make this one, so I'll link that in the card above. And you can add this to your planner to give you more pocket space. But moving on to number 4, if you think that you're going to waste the elastic space for just the folder, you can add either just 1 insert, or since I already have these right here, you can add 2 inserts inside and you're not wasting any elastic. So you're getting 3 things on that 1 elastic. You can also do this with 2 inserts. So let's try it in this one. Let's take an example from my life. So I find that I'm having trouble remembering to write in my gratitude journal. So what I could do is take this out and put it right inside. Where's my day? I can change this up so that my elastic is actually on the day that I'm planning. This is my week. And then if I put my gratitude journal right in the middle of this insert, I'm going to see it every day and it's going to remind me to write in it. Of course, it's going to be in the way of my spread, but I have to make that choice which one's more important, to be able to see the whole week at a glance or to have this in the middle to remind me. So that's what I'm going to try for now. What about adding charms? Everyone loves with their rings to have the charms hooked on the ring and then hanging out the side. When you stack your planners on a shelf, you have all these pretty charms hanging down. Well, some TNs, like this one, come with a charm loop that you can add your charms to. But what if you don't have a charm loop? How can you add charms to the outside? Well, you can add charms to your elastic, which I've done here. But if you want them on the outside, it's really, really easy. You just take some sort of hook or loop or something and clip it onto the elastics. These are the elastics that are holding your books in. So you can just clip them onto that. I find that actually easier and it's more compact than a loop and you don't have the chain or whatever coming out from the string. So I actually prefer this than on the rings. Okay, number 6. How do you add a flower or some kind of charm to the front elastic of your planner? This one has seen better days. This is my travel planner from when I went to London. I was shocked at actually how simple this is. All you need is a glue gun, really. So you make your design, whatever you want to do. I would hot glue it, especially if you're going to be throwing it in your bag or giving it a lot of tough love. And then all you need is a circle of felt belt or something, and you're going to hot glue only one half of the circle to the back of your design. You're going to make sure that you're not going to see it when it's closed. It's okay if you see it when it's open, but you don't want to see it from the front when it's closed. So maybe fold it in half and then hot glue it. And then you're going to get 2 little pieces of Velcro, hot glue the top to the top and the bottom to the bottom, and then all you need to do is stick it on your elastic and you're set to go. Cute, huh? Now if you've been in a TN for some time, you'll probably have experienced this where the elastic goes completely. This has absolutely no elastic left in it at all. It's gone. I've even tried to tighten it before it went completely. So it's super easy to change out the elastics. You just pull it out and then you have new elastic. To measure, I would put a loop through. I don't have any pretty orange. It's too bad, but I would put a loop through, kind of see how tight it needs to be. Okay, cut it and then just make a, you can pull it in so you'll have more room to make your knot. As long as the knot is bigger than the eyelet, then you're fine. New elastic. That's actually probably a little too loose. There you go, new elastic. And the same thing goes for this one. You're going to have to cut this to get it out. And all it is thread it through. You can actually, like that only had 2 elastics, you can double up when you're doing this. So you're just going to put your elastic in through both eyelets, run it down, do it the exact same way that you did it the other way. And either stop there and tie it, and those are your 2 elastics. If the eyelets are stacked like these ones are, you're going to want to make sure that this one's loose because it's got to go up top of your book and then back down to your top of your book. That's why I prefer when the eyelets or the holes are side by side instead of stacked. Plus I find you can get a wider book, and I like my TNs chubby. Okay, so then if you want to double up and have 4 elastics instead of 2, then just do it again. The eyelets, I would go the same way you did before so that everything's the same. And then making sure those 2 bottom ones are loose enough, you're going to just tie it like this. And there you go. Brand new elastics. You just want to make sure that the knots aren't going to give on you. And there you have a TN with new life. Now I've sort of showed you number 8 because when I did that it was a little loose the first time. But if you have an elastic that it still has elastic left, but it's a little bit loose once you have it around, it doesn't hold as tight as you'd like it. This is because this one was really fat, and since it's not in use, it's giving way. Let's move those out of the way. Just pull it enough to give you the room that you need. Well, I won't go through because I've got the pin, and then just make a new knot depending on how tight you want it or how tight you need it. That should probably be good. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. So it's super simple. You just have to pull it in a little bit, put a new knot, then pull it back out till the knot hits the hole, and you're good to go. While we're with this one, you kind of saw I've got this pocket here. This is from Paper House, and all it is this little pocket, but this comes off, and underneath it's sticky, and it'll just stick. It does need a little bit of extra sticky, I find, when you're putting it on leather, but if this is on paper or fake leather or something else, it usually works. But since I don't have pockets inside of this pocket comes in handy, and I use it quite a bit. It's really handy to always have pockets, and I kind of regret not getting pockets in this one, but I have these, so all is good. And finally, number 10. If you notice, this one has not only elastics, but it has some bookmarks that mark my place. And they have little charms on the bottom. You can add those as well. But I'm going to show you how you can add bookmarks to a TN really simply. It's easier, the bigger the holes, the easier it is. So if you have one like this, you're going to need, like these are big eyelets, you're going to need something really fine, like these strings. But when you have something light like a string or baker's twine or a fine ribbon, you're going to want to put some charms on the bottom to give them weight to hold them down, because otherwise they'll just, as soon as you open your book, it'll just fly off. So I've chosen this ribbon, which is sort of more hefty than this like light string. So I probably don't need a charm, but you know what? I probably will put a charm on anyway, because just, you know, to make it pretty. So you're going to want a big needle, just big enough to get your ribbon through. And you don't want anything too wide because then it won't fit through the holes. Now, I'm lazy. The easiest thing to do would be to take the books right out. But I'm lazy, so I'm going to leave them in. But I'm just going to maybe move them down a bit and out of the way. And this is probably, I'm pushing my luck here with this ribbon because it is kind of thick. You're just going to put it through one hole, thread it back through the other. And of course you have to have a piece of ribbon that's long enough, ribbon or string or whatever you're using, to reach down. It has to reach down past the bottom of your book. And you can either leave it like that if it's tight enough. Like this is pretty tight, so I don't think they're going anywhere. But if you're using string or something that's sort of floating around in the holes, then you could do a knot, double knot, single knot, whatever you think you need to make it stronger. If you're using something thin, because you need something thin to fit in the holes, but you want more of a thicker bookmark, you can put maybe 3 strands through and braid it, or you can get a really long one and just knot it on like macrame, and just knot it all the way down and make it thicker. This is going to be really thick because it's already thick, but if you have thin string, it's going to make it a thicker bookmark. There you have it. Those are my 10 tips, but I do have 2 bonus tips, so stay tuned for that. First, I want to make sure that you are subscribed to this channel because I have lots more Traveler's Notebooks videos coming, especially for beginners. There's a lot of things to learn and to know about Traveler's Notebooks, so I want to help you out, especially if you're new, but I'm sure that even if you're not new, you can find some ways to make your life easier in your TN. So subscribe, the big red button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when the next video comes out, and they come out every Monday. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and let's move on to the bonuses. Now, you can buy your inserts. Any little notebook like this can fit into your Traveler's Notebook, but to make one, it's super simple. All you need to do is to print what you want, or blank paper, and somehow fix your pages together. Here I've stitched them, but I have a video of no sew options. So if you don't have a sewing machine, you can still make yourself your own inserts. So check that out in the card right here. And the last bonus is you really don't need rings. This, for example, you'd open it up and you'd punch your holes here and you'd put it in your rings. But you can just stick it in with your binder clip. If you have extra pages that you want to add to an insert, or a section that you would add to a section by hole punching and adding it in, you can add it with a binder clip or a paper clip. You can washi tape them in. There's so many ways to add things to your TN without having to have rings. So if you have any ideas of how to add things to your TN without punching holes and putting them in rings, leave them in the comments below so you can help anyone else who's looking for different ways to add things to their TN. So if you've enjoyed this video and learned some things from my tips, then I have other videos on Traveler's Notebooks, how to set them up, other things for beginners, different ways to decorate. So I will put a playlist right up there, so check that out. And don't forget to subscribe, because I have videos not only for Traveler's Notebooks, but also decorating and keeping yourself organized, because I believe that a planner should be pretty because it puts a smile on your face and keeps you motivated, but it also should keep you, of course, organized. So subscribe for more videos coming up on all those topics. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to go watch that playlist all about Traveler's Notebooks, and I will see you next week. Have a fantastic day and happy planning!